Steve Bannon did an interview with Chris Cuomo on News Nation this past week, where Chris Cuomo, for some reason, I have no idea why he was even talking to Bannon in the first place. That doesn't make any sense. But Cuomo decided to ask Bannon if he himself had any political ambitions. Like, are you going to run for president, Mr. Bannon? And Steve Bannon said, no. And I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028, so I've already endorsed President Trump. That's a weird thing to say, right? We're not talking about Trump running for a third term, which he's constitutionally barred from doing. I asked if you wanted to be president. So Cuomo then kind of pointed out, like, hey, he can't do that, right? Like, he can't run for a third term. Why are you even saying that? That's kind of weird. To which Steve Bannon responded, we're working on it. I think we'll have a couple of alternatives, let's say that. We'll see what the definition of term limit is. We've had greater long shots than Trump 2028, and we've got a lot of stuff we're working on there. We're not prepared to talk about it publicly, but in a couple months, I think we will be. Now, the 22nd Amendment is clear as the day, right? Like, you can't run for a third term. You're limited. You're done. It's over. 4 more years, and that's it. So I don't know what the workaround is, because you don't have the numbers in Congress to change the term limit statutes. You don't have a number with the state legislatures to change the term limit amendment. You can't do any of that. There's nothing you can do short of a coup. Maybe a coup would be successful, but I don't think it would be. So Trump's not going to run again. And I think Steve Bannon absolutely knows that. I think what Steve Bannon is doing here, just like Trump has done when he has suggested a third term, I think they're trying to get us riled up. I think they want to get people on the left, into a frenzy, so then they can be like, oh, see how crazy they are? Look at the left. They think he's going to... Don't fall for it. But for the sake of the argument, let's play along, right? Let's assume Steve Bannon has a plan that's going to work. He wasn't able to keep himself out of prison, so I don't know how good his plans are, but let's assume he's got a plan, and Trump runs again in 2028. We're only 2 months into this administration, Steve, and already, across the board, on every issue, Donald Trump is now underwater in his handling of it, after just 2 months. So even if you get your little evil genie to grant your wish and Trump can do a third term, what the fuck makes you think the public is going to want another 4 years of this disaster when they're already sick of it after 2 months? That is a level of arrogance I don't think I've ever seen in American politics. Sure, they voted for him again in 2024. I'll give you that. But that's that short-term voter amnesia that kind of disappears after 4 years of him not being in office. It won't have time to disappear if he seeks a consecutive term again, which again, he's limited to not do. But either way, there is nothing that has happened in this administration so far. Like, if we reheld the election today, Trump would not win. So I don't know what you think is going to change in the next 4 years that'll make everybody suddenly love the guy. But again, even if you somehow get around the term limits of the Constitution, he ain't going to win again, because he couldn't win again today. But furthermore, here's something I think that the Democrats need to be putting out there in ads running across the nation this second. And that is, Republicans keep trying to shred the Constitution to make Trump a dictator. Why is that not a talking point? These people who claim to be all about the rule of law, they tell us all the time, the Democrat cities are lawless. Democrats don't respect the laws. You guys are literally trying to undo the Constitution to make Donald Trump the king, which is absolutely against what the Founding Fathers wanted, which you guys always claim to love. Why are the Democrats not doing this? That Steve Bannon clip needs to be in an ad. The clips of Trump saying it should be in the same ad. The Republicans that have put forth legislation to give him a third term should be in the ad. Show the people that these folks are the ones who are upending the rule of law, upending the Constitution, and disrespecting the founding of this country. The ad writes itself. So somebody at the DNC, please, for the love of God, get on that immediately. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.